Brandin Podziemski, first team All-Rookie last year, was a part of the Paul George trade talks, Lauri Markkanen trade talks, any other player. Warriors said no, no, no. Joe Lacob said he's a maybe not generational talent, but a future building block of this team. Hands up, receipts, Randy Silver, Warriors Digest. I said don't trade him. He's the future Steph Curry of this team. Obviously not the shooting, but the leader of this team, point guard of this team. Sophomore season, sophomore slump is happening in the shooting. It's been the talk of the town among fans and media. What's happening with Brandin Podziemski? So we're going to break down this episode, Brandin season. Draymond Green put out a long quote on it. Mike Dunleavy Jr. talked about it. We broke down yesterday DeAnthony Melton's injury. What does that mean for BP moving forward? Does he move to the slotting lineup? Is he still with the second team as a point guard? All that on this episode of Warriors Digest. Brandin Podziemski. Focus, folks. I want you to focus on hitting that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit a comment what you think of Brandin's season, anything around Warriors land. Of course, please share this. Help us hit 8,000 fans before the end of the calendar year. Okay, folks, let's dive into it. Draymond Green said this to the media, and it was a 4-minute. I want you to look at me. It was a 4-minute soundbite, and I don't want to play it for you. It's just you're going to get bored. But the crutch is what he said when asked about Brandin's struggles. He said this specifically. What he's trying to work through is y'all's fault. Y'all being the media in response to his early season struggles. Reporters chuckled, Green smiled, and then he went on and on and on. And we know Draymond Green is a vocal leader on and off the court, and he uses the media to send messages all the time. So this is him sending a message to Brandin, get out of your head, get out of the media hype, you can do this, don't let the media affect you. In deeper, he said, it's unnecessary because what he's special at is doing all the other things on the floor, Green said. There are some guys that have that pressure, and they have to make shots because that's what they do. If you don't have to have that pressure, and I say that from experience, don't put that pressure on yourself. He's not shooting the ball as well as he did last season. His per-game stats across the board, beyond steals. So yes, he is putting a lot of pressure on himself. He's learning from Steph, learning from Dre, Steve Kerr, winning organization. He wants to be the best he can. He is with Team USA Select in this offseason. So when the Olympic team was training, they trained against young players. Trayce Jackson-Davis was on that team. So was Brandin Podziemski. And BP got rave reviews from Steph, LeBron James, Steve Kerr for how he performed Team USA Select. So he's pressing a little bit here with the Warriors. And let's break down his stats for you. Only his second year. It's not a crazy amount of stats. He started, some games last year with the Klay Thompson injury and coming in and out and trying to find the lineup. He's shooting 9% worse from the field. But really what matters is you see right here, folks, his shooting from the three-point line, 20%. That is not good enough in this team. That's not good enough for him. Down 18%. That means he's rushing his shots. He's putting too much pressure on himself. Just take a deep breath and do what you can do. His free throw percentage, the Warriors' free throw percentage, I've broken down videos, is not good across the board. You'd expect somebody of his caliber to shoot better than 60% from the free throw line, and it actually has hurt us in some games. What I do like to see, though, 5.8, 4.6 rebounds. He's not starting, not playing as many minutes. You look at the minutes, he's down 2 minutes. 1 rebound, not the end of the world. Assist is right there. Steals, again, up 0.1, basically 1 a game. Turnovers, about the same. And his points is down about, 2 points. And that is because, again, his shooting percentage. Now, we've seen plays where, let me make myself back big. We've seen plays where BP has been fantastic. What about that behind the back pass, falling out of bounds that he got the Kuminga? Play of the year, pass of the year type of candidate. Remember, folks, he had the broken nose basically since the start of the season. It happened preseason, took off the mask. Last night in the game against the Hawks, he got hit in the nose, first game without a mask. That's going to affect your vision, playing with a mask on, even if it's see-through. It's going to affect your feeling. It's going to affect your conditioning. It's going to affect a lot. A broken nose, coming from experience, I got a big nose. I've broken a couple times. It is not fun. It hurts. You can't breathe. Affects, as I already said, your conditioning and being able to see. So he hasn't played fully healthy. He's taken some falls on his back as well. Maybe not excuses, but could maybe be why, he's not performing and he's pressing a bit. Now, again, Podziemski was all rookie. They talked about him potentially coming to starting lineup. Not happening. It's been Lindy Waters. I broke that down. With the Melton injury, Kerr likes Lindy Waters starting because he's, one, a bit taller, can add some more length, better shooter, and probably a better on-ball defender. Right now, if you look at the depth charts of the Warrior, let me pull this up. Brandin is slotted behind Steph Curry as your backup point guard. Let me zoom in. He's day-to-day right now because he got hit in the nose, but you can see that's where he fits. The second team with Buddy helping facilitate is great. That gives you two. I can't say Brandon's a decent shooter right now because he's not, but look at Moses, all third team on this team. Brandin will slide in maybe if Steph is hurt. Steph is out, but I don't see him sliding into the shooting guard position like last year. Waters or Moody, I think, takes that role. So again, it comes down to Green trying to help Brandin get out of his head and saying the blame's on the media. In this offseason, the ESPN named Brandin number 78 out of the top 100 players in the NBA. Yes, a rookie. He made the all-rookie team. Now in the sophomore year, was number 78 ranked in the NBA. Joe Lacob, revelation, future all-star. Not trading for Paul George. Not trading for Lauri Markkanen. Recognizing that talent. That's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who is pretty young. I'm going to say he's still 20. I'm just looking. He's 21 now. His birthday is February 25th, 2003. So a lot of 21-year-old. I mean, look at Kuminga. He's 21. The pressure it is. These are young players growing in the league. Sophomore slump isn't something you hear just in NBA. It can happen in baseball, football, soccer, you name it. And so I think Brandin will be fine. I think he'll get himself out of this slump. And so does Dunleavy. I think the good news for Brandin at this point is the ball isn't going in for him per Dunleavy on the Warriors pregame live before the Hawks game. He's not shooting the ball great, but he's doing everything else at a high level like he did last year. We're really talking about correcting one thing. He'll come around. He'll get there. Molly, like you always used to tell me, get the work in, go out, and let it fly. And I think when Brandin takes a step back, doesn't have the pressure. He talked about he needs to play better. Steve Kerr talked about they're not worried. They're saying the right things in the media. I'm sure they're saying the right things behind closed doors. We just need Brandin to perform better. Obviously, we're 11-3. We're in first in the Western Conference, so not the end of the world. But with Melton out, you need players to step up. And Brandin, if he can shoot the ball better, has a chance to really become a focal point, potentially be in that final lineup in the end of the fourth quarter. But if you're not going to shoot the ball well, you won't be on the court. He'll be backing up Steph. He'll be doing the point guard stuff. This won't be trusted. And I want you to share your thoughts and tell me, do you think Brandin deserves to be a starter, a bench player? Should we have traded him for a star? Should he have got his extension gone? Yeah, let me pull this before we go. You look at Brandin right here. Let me blow it up. Brandin is number 11. We have his bird rights in his fourth year. He's earning $3 million, $5 million. So not a crazy amount of money to be able to trade, but you could have packaged him and Kuminga for a Paul George and draft picks, something like that. So love to hear your thoughts. Of course, subscribe to Warriors Digest. Don't miss anything here. We break down news daily. And we have the game tonight, folks. We play the Pelicans, New Orleans, NBA Cup game, and we'll have a full breakdown for you after. We'll see you on the next video.